Welcome! First off, I want to wish BorealMind a huge congratulations for hitting 500 subscribers. That's a fantastic accomplishment, and I wish the best of luck for the future of the channel. Please go check it out if you haven't, the link is in the doobly-doo. Right, let's get on with the designs. My first design I started and finished in May 2022, but I never got around to posting it. I was really happy with the gooey look of the character, and I still am. The design took inspiration from Alice in Wonderland, specifically the Cheshire Cat, with some inspiration pulled from the caterpillar and the mushrooms from the story as well. I wanted it to be a chaotic little guy that reminded people of their own rambunctious cats that they may have at home. The name is the only thing that I'm not completely sold on, so I may change it in the future. Stretchy and affectionate, this poison and psychic type will be a handful for any trainer who decides to take it on as a companion. Oozenglass's gelatinous body allows it to fit inside any container it finds, claiming it as a prize. They have been known to inhabit cardboard boxes, paper bags, as well as glass bottles and vases. They are mischievous by nature and often knock valuable items off of shelves, grinning all the while. A loving trainer will be able to break them of this destructive habit. A single touch from their gooey body is enough to produce strong psychedelic and hallucinatory effects. Doctors have used this Pokemon to help put people at ease during operations. Now, I didn't state it in the Dex entry, but I would like to use this Fakemon for my own future region. I'd like to think that no one really knows where it came from. Not counting Oozenglass, this was actually my second design for BorealMind's contest. I had the idea of an adventuring frog and wanted to flesh it out further. Eventually in my research, I discovered that toad eggs are laid as these long tubes, and that would mesh perfectly with an idea I had for the final evolution. As you can see, this Fakemon is basically a tire. I redrew this at least one other time since this clip, but I wasn't happy with how it compared to the rest of the artwork. I had meant to add tails to the tadpoles to try to distinguish them from Execute, but I will have to redraw the whole line at some other time. The Steel and Fairy type Rodpole, the Axle Pokemon. Adored by both young boys and girls, this Pokemon loves to zoom around playing tag with its trainer. This activity is thought to store up massive amounts of kinetic energy that Rodpole requires for evolution. While this Pokemon seeks thrill and speed, it has been noted that it will never endanger its trainer's life. Rodpole will always seek the well-being of its trainer. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. If I do change anything, it'll be to shore up the tire's look to make it fit better with the second and third stages. The name of this and the last three are puns, and I hope you find them as funny as I do. Rod is the German word for wheel, so Rodpole is a wheel tadpole. We're now halfway through the designs, and I can't wait for you to see the rest. This was the first design I sketched for this contest. I wasn't entirely sure what BorealMind could use for her Germany-inspired region, and I had to stop and think if I knew anything about Germany or even Europe. I did know of a comic that is beloved by a lot of Europeans, and it was this comic that first set me off on designing a frog. I had originally thought of naming the design Tin Tiny, after the comic Adventures of Tintin, but during the design process that idea fell by the wayside. After designing Rodpole and coming up with the name, I changed the design of my frog to incorporate its previous stage as wheels. Introducing the Steel and Fairy type Autode, the rescue Pokemon. Having developed strong forelegs, Autode speeds around helping those in need. It has been seen rushing those wounded in battle to nearby Pokemon centers for treatment. The Pokemon still has a love for speed and will often chirp for joy. Its call sounds like that of a passing ambulance. Autode is another pun name from, you guessed it, Auto and Toad. The car theme is sticking around and taken to the next level in the final design. I'm pretty pleased with how this guy turned out. I'd say out of this line, Autode is probably my favorite, but I do really like the concept for this final stage. Now, it was this final design's name that really pulled everything together for me. It ties the German inspiration of the region with the toad and amphibian designs, and it merges with the vehicle theme so well. I'm not super thrilled with the work that I put into this design, and if I had time, I might do it over. I had wanted the warts on its back to look like it was being covered by its harp, but that didn't really pan out. It's alright though. I am content with the design as a whole, but I am sure that I will revisit it in the future. The Fairy and Steel type Krokenwagen, the emergency Pokemon. Now fully mature, this Pokemon bellows as it runs around at high speeds. It rushes around helping others wherever it can. It follows Absol and offers relief for all in need. The warts on this Pokemon's back are filled with various cures and healing items. It's been seen tending the wounds of even those who have tried to harm it. I wanted this final stage to be a gentle giant, and more of a support rather than a direct attacker. Its name comes from Krok and the German word for ambulance, Krankenwagen. Thank you all for staying with me to the end of the video. If you did enjoy this, please do let me know. I want to give a special thanks and congratulations to BorealMind on 500 subscribers. It's an amazing achievement, and I hope to reach that milestone one day too. Tomorrow is another day. Create, rest, and enjoy the life you have, and I'll see you next time.